Hi guys, Emily Sosha from EmilySosha.com, and I am here tonight with a bit of an impromptu video. I have realized that I really don't enjoy sticking to a schedule of any sort, but this video is from some events that transpired this week. So I want to come on and talk about the number one ingredient or thing that is missing from your diet or your overall healthy regimen, and then I'll tell you why that is. So the thing that's missing is sleep. It is huge, it's super important, and it is something that I think we don't always realize is super important. Russell, hey! So yeah, let's talk about that. So sleep is really important. They're not still entirely sure what or why, sorry, I'm getting messages, I'm just deleting them. What or why we need it so much, but we absolutely do need it. And so part of the reason why this is kind of impromptu is because I have a major story, or not major, but I have a big story to talk about, because it's something that I never would have admitted to before, especially not publicly on a video that's gonna live on my Facebook page. So I used to have that mentality that sleep was basically for the weak, and that the less of it that I needed, the more powerful I was, or the stronger I was, or what, I don't even know. But yeah, so I went through this whole phase where I was just like, I don't need sleep. I mean, literally running off of 4 or 5 hours, and still thinking that I was highly functioning. What I'm realizing now, that was back when I was working more of in a corporate world. So I really didn't know any better. I didn't have any control over my schedule, so I basically had to. And I would get home from work, and all I would want to do is have time to myself. And so I would stay up until God knows when, and then I would have to wake up, quite early in the morning to get up for my regular day. And so basically I was just sleep deprived, but I didn't even know it. And then even as I got out of the corporate world, I still kept that mentality that there was like something wrong with me, that I wanted and or needed sleep. And I think that this comes from my background, just family and what I was kind of programmed to believe, and also our society. I hear lots of people describe it that way, that needing sleep or wanting sleep or feeling tired is both kind of a sign of weakness and also a badge of honor in some weird way. I remember when I was in college that people would very, very proudly boast about pulling all-nighters. I never did. I couldn't even fathom it. I would literally become like a bumbling idiot after like midnight. But people would very, very proudly boast about these all-nighters that they had pulled, and then simultaneously be exhausted the next day and then want to talk about that exhaustion. So I think it's kind of like a thing in our society that not having sleep or not getting enough sleep is something to be talked about or something. So I just want to kind of come on and try to debunk some of those myths, because being in the health and wellness space, especially where I'm taking my world and my business right now, I am really, really trying to incorporate looking at the body and the mind as one entire unit, as opposed to just sort of focusing on exercise or just focusing on diet. So I did some research by myself. So I'm just gonna tell you some quick facts, some nerdy little facts about sleep, and then I'm gonna tell you my story, which is a little vulnerable for me, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So my just weird things that I pulled actually off of the National Sleep Foundation website is so us humans, we're the only mammal that willingly delays sleep. Other animals, if I flipped my camera around, actually right now you would be able to see my dog like passed out on the floor. She has no problem being tired and going to sleep when she feels tired. So exercising regularly helps the body fall asleep and actually stay asleep, I would add. So this one I've known for a while, being a personal trainer, it absolutely does. Same with my dog, right? When she exercises a lot, when she gets to go to the dog park or we go on hikes, she for sure sleeps way more. So same thing for us, right? It helps the body use up the energy that we need to and conditions us to be able to stay and fall asleep. Most people expect or should be getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep, but I would actually argue that this is a bigger range on the plus 9 hours. So now that I have much more ability to control my schedule, because I work for myself, I have noticed that some days, just like a baby almost, I will sleep upwards of 10 hours, which, like I mentioned before, I used to feel supremely guilty about, like a guilt that I just couldn't even almost like pinpoint, but I would almost like not even want to talk about it, like, oh no, I can't even say how long I was asleep for. But now that I have the ability to control my schedule, and some nights I'm up working until much later instead of that typical 9 to 5, and so I sleep the next morning, and there's nothing wrong with that because my body's asking for it. And then, so people who don't sleep or don't get enough sleep are much more likely to have bigger appetites. And that falls into everything that's going on hormonally, and just the way the body sort of functions, that when we don't get sleep, we're looking for that energy, and we often turn to food or coffee or something external, that will give us that energy. So just taking that all into consideration. So here's my story. With, like I mentioned in my last couple of videos, I have been teaching much more frequently, which I love and is awesome. But that also means that my schedule has been somewhat jostled around because I'm taking on, subbing additional classes that aren't mine. So I haven't been getting as much sleep. And the first couple of days, I could feel it, but I didn't think that it was anything major. And then I could really start to feel it. I was starting to get sleepier in the middle of the day, feeling like I wanted to take a nap, but had to get things done. And so I wasn't napping, and it was just kind of adding up. So needless to say, I've been working on the videos for this yoga challenge, this yoga video series that I want to put out for you guys, which I am super thrilled about. But it is taking me a little bit longer to edit some of the videos. It just, my phone isn't like accepting that there's longer videos, and the storage is full, and then I couldn't add the sound, and it was just like all over the place, right? So needless to say, all of that, me trying to sit there and edit the video, ended up in me in tears. And I'm just like, I never would have ever admitted that before, but I literally just started crying, and I was like, there's something wrong with me. Like, why can't I edit these videos? I don't want to do this. This is hard. When in reality, none of that is true. There's nothing wrong with me. I do want to do this. The videos will get edited, but I firmly believe, because, you know, I'm a nerd with all this stuff. So I went back and I was like, okay, what's up? Like, why did you just break down in tears because you couldn't edit a video? And so I reviewed, and it was like, okay, you consistently for the past week or so haven't been getting good sleep. It's just kind of been all over the place. I was taking earlier morning classes, like I said, picking up other people, subbing in. So I was sleep deprived, and I think even though I still have the ability to control so much of my schedule, I still have that mindset of like, nah, I'm fine. I don't need that sleep. It's okay, whatever. I'll just push through, kind of get distracted in something else, and then you don't even realize it until you end up crying in front of your phone because you cannot edit a video. So that is my super vulnerable piece of this video, and I just wanted to share that. That please be gentle with yourself. So needless to say, I made some adjustments. I went to bed earlier, I slept in a little bit later, and I woke up this morning and I feel like a brand new person, and I no longer want to cry that I can't edit the video. That is just a tiny update. The videos are taking me a little bit longer to edit than I anticipated, so I will likely I'm still releasing them. They'll just be out a little bit later than I thought. But they are super fun, and I'm loving doing them, and already starting to have so many more ideas about where I could take it. And if you guys love them, I would love to keep doing them and really kind of make something more out of it. But like I mentioned in the other video, this first little series, these first 3 will be free. So I'm super excited about that. So this is an impromptu posting because I started crying about editing a video. And so I wanted to come on and just remind you all how important sleep is, and to kind of get away from that mentality of we don't need sleep, because we absolutely do. They are continuing to do more and more research that shows that a whole host of things, diabetes, heart disease, insomnia, not sleeping actually contributes to insomnia, that it's so much more than we ever anticipated. I do believe that at some point we'll figure out why we need it so much. But for right now, just know that you do need sleep, and it is not in any way cool to be like, I'm fine, or I'll just drink a cup of coffee. In fact, that's probably one of the worst things that you could do. So go to sleep. Get some really good rest. Sleep in. Take care of your body, because it's asking for it. Like I mentioned, if I flip this camera around real quick, you would see my dog happily passed out. She has no qualms about wanting to sleep, and she was asleep like 2 hours ago too, before we went out for our evening walk, right? So she could care less. Like that first little factoid that I mentioned, we are the only species that willingly withholds sleep. So really treat it like any other thing. Just like you wouldn't not drink water or not feed yourself good, nutritious food, sleep is the exact same way, and we really do need it to keep our bodies, and I think I'm proof of the fact, our minds fully functioning, so that you don't end up crying in front of your your phone while editing a video. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share tonight. If anyone has questions about, oh, hi guys, I just see Teresa and Sarah. Hey, Sarah, and Valerie. Hi guys. So yeah, if anyone has questions, definitely let me know. Leave them in the comments. I'll check afterwards, or shoot me a PM. I will be coming back on, I know I said in the beginning, I really don't like schedules. I really don't like schedules. But I will try to keep those videos up either Sunday nights or Monday mornings. So yeah, I have more news to share, but I'll wait until the next video to talk about that. So yeah, shoot me a message if you have questions or comments, or maybe you've cried in front of editing a video too. You want to share my misery? But yeah, the yoga videos should be out by early next week, which I'm super pumped about, but I'll let you know about when they're out. Awesome. All right, bye guys. I hope everyone has a great evening, and I'll talk soon. Bye.